Hi and welcome to TradeTech's video, Multilingual Microsites, how to unlock your international potential. If you have any interest at all in starting or increasing your company's international trade, I promise you that this short video will be of undoubted interest, particularly if your company is active in business-to-business markets. So let's not waste any time and look into what these multilingual microsites are and how they can help your international business. First of all, let me explain the rationale behind this service. As I will explain, we believe that companies looking at international markets need a multilingual presence on the internet. We identified three major characteristics that would be needed. Cost is clearly a significant consideration, especially when you are just beginning to look at seeing what international opportunities exist. However, another major consideration was ease of use. The service had to be very easy to set up and allowed changes to be made at any time without any technical expertise needed whatsoever. Finally, it also had to be personal to the company and not just represent a better entry into an online directory. We believe that our multilingual microsite service satisfies all three requirements. Let's have a look. As you can see, there are just 6 points to go through. I will start by describing a typical multilingual microsite and then explain its role and benefits. You will see that it is incredibly easy to set up and configure your microsite. It is also very flexible. You can edit its content at any time at no extra charge. I'll then summarize why you should subscribe, and the last slide will provide you with the link where you can access any more information should you need it, and of course where you can subscribe. So let's start with just what exactly are multilingual microsites. Still with me? Good. So let's begin. Multilingual microsites are exactly what the name suggests. They are concentrated versions of your company's website translated into 35 languages. We'll have a look at a multilingual microsite example. But first, on the next two slides, let's see the list of those 35 languages and 3 language versions of a multilingual microsite. In your multilingual microsite administration area, you can review all 35 language versions of your multilingual microsite. As you can see, all the major languages are covered and more are scheduled to be added at no extra cost to subscribers. Now let's have a quick look at an example of a multilingual microsite in 3 different languages. So here you can see the English language version of TradeTech Solutions' own microsite. All multilingual microsites are hosted by Expo World, but the address will a subdomain that you choose for your company. This usually a short name for your company. I will explain this in a slide later in this presentation. In this screenshot, you can see the heading with the company name, website, logo, and brief description of the company's activities, together with links to our YouTube channel, our LinkedIn profile, the About page on TradeTech Solutions website. Below the heading, there are 5 other sections which can be viewed by clicking on the relevant tab. Company profile provides trading address, turnover, employee numbers, relevant industry sectors, and product classifications, plus a sales contact. Partners and suppliers lists any membership of chambers of commerce and industry associations, the criteria for new partners and suppliers, plus contacts for business partnerships and purchases. Contacts provides the general, sales, business partner and purchasing contacts. Registered details gives any relevant company certifications and licenses, date of registration, registered number and address, as well as the VAT number. Products and services. This is where you can highlight specific products and services. Don't worry, it is not necessary to provide all these details if they are not relevant or you simply do not want to publish them. It is also important to note that there is another section which cannot be seen here, but if you were to right-click on the page and choose View Page Source, you would also see the keyword metadata, which help Google to index your microsite. But more about these when we cover configuring your microsite further on in this video. But before we do that, I will quickly show you the Arabic and Ukrainian versions of these English pages. Here you can see the Arabic version of the microsite. On the next slide, you'll see the Ukrainian language version, both generated using artificial intelligence, making them easy and very quick to produce and publish. Here's the Ukrainian language version. The privacy notice at the bottom of the page will be produced in the language of the browser and does not depend upon the translation of the microsite. So that's the production side of things quickly covered. Let's now look into how they work. How do they capture international interest and channel it to you? Well, the concepts are very simple. Google regularly indexes the Expo World site, so all new and updated multilingual microsites in their various languages become accessible to online searches. People generally carry out online searches in their own language. Therefore, if your online profile is not in the language being used in those searches, you will not be found. Obvious, no? By publishing your microsite in 35 languages, you unlock your international potential to all those foreign language searches. The next advantage is that any foreign language visitor to your microsite will then be able to read the overview of your company and its activities in their own language. If they then think that it makes sense to contact your company, the microsite then provides the necessary links and email details to facilitate this contact. So that critical first step has been made possible thanks to your multilingual microsite. By the way, you can also add links from your home site to your microsite for the same benefit. Let's have a look at the main benefits of having your own multilingual microsite. From an advertising and marketing point of view, there are 5 main benefits. As I explained, it extends your online reach to cover 35 languages. These cover 166 countries and 95% of global GDP. Your microsite certainly gives you an advantage over your competitors who do not use this service. Unlike you, they will not be found by foreign language searches. By providing focused information in their own language, you significantly improve the user experience of your potential clients. By showing that you are thinking about them, this can only add to the positive opinion they'll have of your company. It also allows you to reduce your business risk. You do not have to blindly decide which foreign markets to develop. With one small investment, you reach out to all of them. Let the market tell you where there is interest in your products and services. You can then see which markets are worth developing further. There may even be some pleasant surprises waiting for you. Last but certainly not least, it provides a very low-cost solution. You can unlock your international potential for a few US cents per language per week. You can't say fairer than that. Let's now look at just how easy it is to set up your multilingual microsite. Setting up your multilingual microsite is an absolute breeze and can be achieved in a few minutes. Absolutely no technical capabilities are needed. You just complete the registration and configuration forms, click Save and Publish. At this point, artificial intelligence takes over. Your pages are translated, the subdomain is created, and the microsite is published. The job's done. But you still have full editorial control. The next slides show you just how easy it is to configure, review, and edit your microsite. Configuring your microsite is simply a matter of completing 7 online forms. As you can see from the list here, apart from the keywords and phrases section, these are the same as those shown in the example of the published microsite we previously looked at. These are all easy to complete. However, 3 areas that require the most thought are the keywords and phrases. Here you should use keywords and phrases that highlight your products and services. These are critical. These are the words and phrases that you expect to be used in searches for your products and services. If they are too generic, you are unlikely to be found, no matter what language is used. Think what distinguishes your company and its products and services from your competitors. The heading profile has two elements which also require thought. The company description. To reinforce the importance of these keywords and phrases, make sure that you also use them in the company description. The same considerations will also apply to the relevant pages for the individual products and services you want to promote in your microsite. The final consideration is your choice of subdomain, which is the final element under the heading profile. This makes the microsite personal to your company and improves its SEO standing. You can review your microsite once it has been published, and you can make any changes whenever you want throughout your subscription at no extra charge. Now that's what I call a good deal. Okay, I think now it would be helpful to have a look at the configuration page of a microsite. From this screenshot, you can see that instructions and suggestions are provided to guide you. On the right-hand side, buttons are available to save, publish, and review. Use these to save any changes you make to your microsite, to publish those changes once you are happy with them, and review the pages once they have been published. In the context of reviewing your microsite, please note that the first registration will take a couple of hours before you can review your microsite. This time is needed for the various online registries to record the new subdomain. Thereafter, any changes will only take 5 to 10 minutes to be visible on the web. This first page is where you register your keywords and phrases. If you need help with these, I suggest that you ask ChatGPT for assistance. Under the heading profile, you will see the additional information that you can upload. As I said, in addition to the company description, which should mirror your keywords and phrases, you also choose your subdomain. We'll take a look at that on the next slide. As set out here, your subdomain is made up of 3 elements: the name you choose, the ISO code for your country of registration, expoworld.cloud. You can change this at any time, but not to a name chosen by another company in your country of registration. Hopefully, I've convinced you of the benefits of having your own multilingual microsite. To make sure, I'll recap on the next slide why you should consider subscribing. In summary, the arguments for subscribing are: they are a fundamental asset in reaching out to international markets. They are very easy to configure and edit, with a very low cost of less than a few American cents per language per week. What's not to like? As a final point, TradeTech Solutions makes a price promise. We will not increase the subscription price to existing subscribers, even when new languages or new features are added. Well, I do hope that this short video has convinced you of the international marketing benefits of TTS's multilingual microsites, and we look forward to welcoming you as a subscriber. Thank you for watching the video guide to multilingual microsites, how to unlock your international potential. As we said, there is a special subscription discount for delegates, which you can find on our stand. If you would like more information, please use the link below, send me an email, or visit our stand in the expo. Enjoy the rest of the forum, and I wish you every success in the Rebuild Ukraine program.